Hello, and welcome back to a message for you. I'm unsure of how long or how short this will be, but either way, I will also make this a short. I was shuffling my cards, getting ready to, asking Spirit if they were ready, if I needed to reshuffle, and I brought my cup over and started stirring, and the cream started coming up. And then I saw a snake, and I went, ooh, no, what's going on? And then the snake connected with its tail, and so I looked that up, and I'm butchering the name, but Ouroboros, which basically, from what I've read, is the death card. Death, life, and rebirth. You know, it consumes its own talent. They're saying in here that rat snakes sometimes do consume themselves. So, you know, death, what is death? Death is change. Death is, do we consume ourselves and stand in our own way? Or do we see ourselves and sit in life, death, and rebirth? You know, sitting in the mud, and the mud stinks of shit. Because you're taking that responsibility for yourself and your actions and the things that you've done in this world. And you're doing this. And you're not doing it because of someone else. You're not doing it for someone else. You're just doing it. Because it's time for that death card to come out, for that life, that transformation, that rebirth. It's time for that monarch to leave the cocoon and fly from Mexico to upstate New York and sit in my backyard. And then at the end of the season, it's time for that same monarch to leave my backyard and go right back down to my home in Mexico and take my spirit with it. I was just told ancestral death and rebirth. You've changed an ancestral path, a way that you were going through that healing that you're doing, whatever that is that you're doing, because absolutely everybody's healing is individual and different. You can show people different ways, but then they have to take those ways and make them individual. And some people everything works perfect for, but you know, not everything is a shell. Some things, you know, will fit perfectly in the shell, you know, they'll fit perfectly in the mold. And then sometimes you put something in the mold and you make it and then you fix it afterwards to work for you. I mean, I'm being shown a drawer maker who needs a taller drawer, so he takes the bottom out of one drawer and he hooks those two drawers together, and now we have a deeper drawer now, don't we? It was built with 4 drawers that were shallow, and now we have 2 drawers that aren't shallow anymore. Something that 100 years later, someone on Antiques Roadshow says, oh, yeah, they used to do this because they used to use the things that they had. They would repurpose the things they had. They would use things. And it didn't matter if it was an antique because they wanted to do this. They wanted to take this quilt and use it for this. They wanted to take this old painting no one's using and they wanted to use the wood for it to make the back of this dresser. They wanted to take this pendant and make it in a ring, just like you want to take the stones out of your pick a family member's ring, brooch, whatever, being told to say brooch, pendant, and you want to make it into a newer ring that you'll like, that you'll use. It's repurposing the things that you already have. Death, change, and rebirth. Death, change, and rebirth. We are there. All there as a collective. It's here. And it's what you're going to do with it that matters. It's how you're going to handle it. It's what you're going to bring forward. It's what you're going to bring to the table. It's the actions that you're going to choose to change. What actions are you going to choose to change for yourself? What things do you want to change that are hard, that you're struggling with, that you just have to go, I just have to take my foot, put it over that hump, and then take my other foot, and even if a little shit crumbles into the water, I know I can scoop it out and just put it back over the bank. Because remember, every time you take a step backwards, you have the ability to take the step forwards because you were already back there once. And it might be a little bit harder to get forward this time, but you can do it. Have faith in you. And so do your angels. I see Archangel Michael, Raphael, Genevieve, Jennifer, and my grandma's Genevieve. But Saint Genevieve. Saint Genevieve. Who's Saint Genevieve? I don't know who Saint Genevieve is. Well, that's actually very interesting. And if you can't spell the name Genevieve, it's okay. Death, change, and rebirth. Genevieve. Saint Genevieve was a consecrated virgin and is one of the two patron saints of Paris in the Catholic Church and Eastern Orthodox Church. Her feast day is January 3rd. Saint Genevieve was a healer. She was a healer from a very, very early age, this says. Saint Genevieve. Saint Genevieve, look at that. Saint Genevieve, not only is she a healer that brings life, but her prayers prevented Paris from being destroyed by the Huns. That's power right there. Death, change, and rebirth. No wonder I got Saint Genevieve. She saved Paris from the Huns with her magic, with her prayers. Because what do you think prayers are? It's just magic. Unless it's not said by the right mouth, and then it turns into chaos. God loves hashtags, honk honk. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. What did you wish for? Life, death, rebirth, change, the death card. The death card. The Ouroboros. Saint Genevieve, the healer. Did you wish for balance? Because you're getting it. I love this for you. You're getting it now. Right now. This is coming in now. Like, tonight, I was told. Today. I went to say today and they said tonight. Like, although the Chariot can mean moving forward this way, if you look, his steed is laying down. It's not going anywhere because he's in rest here. But our card came like this. I mean, can you make it up? Not really, because I didn't know if I was done shuffling when I started this, and confirmation bump from the radiators. I guess I was supposed to not shuffle anymore because confirmation, second clairvoyant here. It's coming in now, and it's coming in fast, and it is beyond fast. And this isn't Midas. This isn't King Midas, who, you know, Victor Dracul. This is not Dracula, the original Dracula. This is not the man who tests you with your money, or with his money, that is. If he's testing you with your money, that's a problem. He's not the one that's going to test you with his money. He's the one that's going to give you the benefit of the doubt, give you $20 and go, okay. When you got it, you got it. He's taking you out of your burdens. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, celebration and strength. This person is not immature because they saw the hurt that this image, oh, Jesus Christ. This person has seen. Listen, I cannot make this shit up. Okay? Like, oh, that was a hard push and a burp. Like, this person coming in, they've seen the heartache. They whatever you said to them, they heard the battle. They felt the heartache. They know the heartache. And this, oh God, is how they see you. I'm really afraid to lift this next card up. I mean, listen, we all love it when this happens, but at some point it gets kind of like scary. And I don't know, Spirit doesn't need to hold back or doesn't need to go back. I just, you know, for the human body, this is like kind of he's coming in now to get you. He is, they are, whoever, doesn't matter. Because one of you is in your feminine and one of you is in your masculine. And when you come in together, you're going to understand what they, them is. You're going to understand that balance. And, oh, Jesus, I don't want to lift this one up either, because this one is, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. You're not daydreaming this. You've just been in some form of seclusion, doing your own work, making your own balance, taking care of your own demons and coming into your feminine and masculine. You've been defeating the tower. You showed that tower where the sun was. And then you found yourself. And then you found each other. And then you're like, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Shit. And then I'm told we start all the way back at the beginning of this reading to the Ouroboros, life, death, and reach and change. We have another Knight of Coins out here. We have the King of Coins. We have the Ace of Cups. Like, this is divine. We have this balance. And we have this balance. This is balanced. Like, this is a balanced, fertile couple. This is a couple that will remember their youth. Yeah, because they're not, Jesus, Christmas Eve. How much, you guys? Okay. All right, I won't put that on there. All right. The Lovers and the Ace of Wands. Take that as you choose to. But even though, yes, your relationship will be hot and heavy, this is telling me that, like, this is a relationship that is respectful. Because there's all these wands here, and these people are naked, and they're in front of an angel, and they have respect. Life, death, birth, change. This is rebirth. This is rebirth on a divine scale, on a heavenly scale, on a confirmation birth scale. This is sorry, straight from God. And not even one of his secretaries. I'm being told to ask you to remember the path of life, death, and rebirth. And remember all of the different times that you have had to go through life, death, and rebirth. You may think sometimes that you have not, but you have. In order to get to where you are now, you have to go through some kind of life, death, change, or rebirth. And if that means that your lessons maybe weren't as harsh as other people's, that's okay. Because remember, not everybody here is meant to have harsh lessons. Some people have to have soft lessons because their soul needs to learn what that softness is. It's important to always learn what softness is. That's why the main goal of being on the earth is to learn kindness in all of its forms. Yeah. And I'm being told that when you were at your feminine and you were on the brink of the shore, unable to know where to go because you couldn't feel behind you, and you had a weight in front of you, but you were blindfolded, and what was in your hands was so heavy, but you didn't know it was swords. You didn't know it was swords. You didn't know it was something with a blade that could cut through the blinders around your eyes. You didn't know that. You didn't see that. And I'm being told by this angel that you're not supposed to. You were not supposed to. Because if you had seen that, you would not have met this king. Now, what we have to actually remember too is you also became this king because you left things behind. You were in your feminine, and your feminine was very hurt. And, oh yeah, she couldn't fight for a while. She lost everything. She couldn't fight for a while. And the thing is this queen is also Empress is very psychic. Very clairs. Has all the clairs. And if they don't have them now, those clairs are going to grow. Like, this is somebody that when other clairvoyants and mediums look at this person, they see the glow of their potential and just sit there and go, okay, I think I got to just guide them spiritually for now, because when they do come out, they're going to surpass a lot. And that's why you've been in hiding and daydreaming and strung up, because you had to learn how to put your stakes in the ground, and you had to learn how to balance your devils. You had to learn how to balance everything, to learn how to rebalance. To learn how to cut down those trees. You had to learn how to use these swords. Because it was only in learning how to use these swords that you could bring them together to become your own king. And this king, because they've been so long in their queen, has the balance of emotion that he needs to rule justly. It doesn't mean his queen isn't still hurt. It just means that we can be a king now, and now we can heal the more feminine side of ourselves. Confirmation. It's 332 on my clock. It's 332, 332. I've been seeing 113s, 311s, 331s. Yeah. I'm just asking Spirit. Yeah, you really went through a lot. You know, you really did turn your 10 of swords upside down to crawl out of the cave of the 8 of swords. I mean, the fact that you went from 10 swords down to 2 swords, just like, you have strength. You have strength. You have a lot of strength around you, support around you. Might not have been the original support you started out with, but it doesn't matter, because the support system you have now is top notch. Be seeing 1111s, 1s. Yeah. You're moving away from this. This isn't where you're going to be anymore. You are doing death. The death card. That's change. Change, rebirth, regrowth, new beginnings. I mean, yeah. It's like a new river that your boat is going down. You're going to grab a kayak, and now you're going to hop into it, because this is a brand new kayak. It's a brand new river y'all ain't been down before. It's brand new paddles. It's the most advanced you ever had. Because the last part, you know, it brushed up on the shore, and then you had to go up the bank and down the bank and through the trees and through the forest and fight off all the bears. And you had to do it. You had to do that. And now you're at the bank, and look at that cool blue and yellow spiffy new kayak just for you. And maybe you'll meet somebody else down that river who will, you know, maybe they can attach their kayak to your kayak, and you guys can rough those rapids together. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So if you stayed with me this long, I thank you. And I thank my spirit guides for this beautiful channel. Good gods and mythology, thank you. Anyway, everybody is so giddy. Anyway, thank you very much. Be good, behave, be happy, be yourself. Always be kind. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're still here. I really, really appreciate you. And I love you.